Okay, let's see. Koihime Enbu, specifically RyoRaiRai, is a fighting game spin-off of the visual novel series Koihime Muso, taking place in ancient China's favorite medium for adaptation, Romance of the Three Kingdoms, with all the male characters converted into female because Japan. That's really all the backstory you need for this game, as there's not much in the realm of storytelling here, but before I get into the fight game stuff, let me quickly point out that the base Koihime Muso franchise is an eroge series. It does have a bunch of safe for work adaptations and spin-offs that are fan servicey but otherwise safe for work, like animes, mangas, and this fighting game. But if you go all the way back, don't be surprised because I told you. Okay, on to the fighting game stuff. Not gonna go too deep in here as this is a spotlight, not a review, but let me know if you're interested in this one in the comment section below. Also hit that like button. Is that what I'm supposed to tell them? So as far as features go, this game is pretty bare bones. It does have the standard arcade mode versus training mode with combo challenges built in, and thank God online multiplayer. But at face value, that's not really a lot, especially since not many people are playing such a niche fighting game online. The roster does have 14 female characters and 8 assist characters, my favorite being Waifu and So-So. I'm not really feeling any of the support characters though. The game is a sort of Street Fighter style fighting game, despite its anime graphics, so generally there are no 20-second long combo strings or ultra technical game mechanics to remember. It is very much focused on landing short 2 to 3 hit combos or single strikes. It is actually really good for a fresh fighting game player because the game is focused almost entirely on the neutral game. And neutral game is kind of a term just kind of thrown around in fighting games, but generally it means that neither of the players have a huge advantage over the other and both can move around and press buttons in order to fight for said advantage. It does have proximity normals though, something that has kind of fallen away from recent fighting games for a variety of reasons, including ease of access. So keep that in mind. It actually threw me off when I first noticed it, but it wasn't really too hard to adapt to. Every character does feel very different despite the base controls being the same across the board, like everyone's 3B or down forward medium is an anti-air attack, and their 6B or forward medium is an overhead. The special moves and the range of their normal attacks are really where their identities come from. Speaking of weapons, this is a weapon fighter, so almost everyone has a unique fighting style connected to their weapons. Plenty of polearm characters because of the Chinese theme, but you also have scythe wielders, some sword users, even a brawler and a ninja to play around with. One very unique aspect of this game though is the Hogeki or fatal combo system. This is where the most anime aspects of the game lie. Every character has a few Hogeki moves, and when they are landed, they cause the opponent to be stunned, allowing a lengthy combo with only one condition. You are only able to launch them into the air once, bounce them off the ground once, and bounce them off the wall once. This system is where high skilled players can deal ludicrous amounts of damage, but average players don't have to really worry about this because landing fatal counters is not required to win, and in some ways can be very risky to even go for. The game is fun to play, but does kind of feel a bit underwhelming to me. Like, assists are very useful, placing traps, throwing weapons off screen, or causing lightning to drop on the field, but visually just look kinda weak. The same goes for the super attacks and even the ultimate moves, which while having a sort of cinematic cutscene, end up being almost all build up and no payoff. The fun is more in playing it than seeing it, though to be fair you can make that argument for many fighting games. The graphics themselves though are exactly what I dislike about 3D anime games. Only a few developers have made 3D anime look actually like the 2D art styles they are referring to, and this is clearly not one of those cases. I'd generally say check this out if you are a fan of Koihime Muso, though you probably already have then, or if you want to play a somewhat slow but pretty fun fighting game that can be picked up and understood within a couple hours casually. Make sure you do have a friend or a Discord server to play it with, because the online is pretty barren at this point. But even if you don't, I kind of feel more neutral based fighting games do have a bit of advantage when it comes to CPU fights. I know that's kind of a stretch, but I did end up enjoying my arcade playthroughs about halfway through when the AI, wakes up. But that's all I gotta say about this game for now. Like I said, leave in the comment section if you want me to do a full review on this game eventually. And with that, I will see you guys next time. Peace.